I had a constructive and useful phone call with Prime Minister Boris Johnson. We discussed the major unsolved topics. Our negotiation teams have been working day and night over the recent days, and despite the exhaustion after almost 1 year of negotiations, and despite the fact that deadlines have been missed over and over, we both think that it is responsible at this point in time to go the extra mile. We have accordingly mandated our negotiators to continue the talks and to see whether an agreement can be reached, even at this late stage. The negotiations continue here in Brussels. Thank you so much.
Well, there she is, Ursula von der Leyen, the European Commission President. Very short statement, wasn't it? Some of the key words were useful and constructive, that phone call that we know has happened with Boris Johnson this morning. We have agreed, she said, to go the extra mile, ordered the negotiators on both sides to continue discussions, and signals there that a deal is possible from Ursula von der Leyen, even as she says, at this late stage. So very interesting. Let's bring Sam Coates back in there. Very interesting what she had to say. That was, it has to be said, the kind of mood music coming from Brussels this morning, Sam. And amazing what a few hours does, given all this pessimism on both sides last night.
Absolutely. We've got some more for you just now. Downing Street have released a joint statement between Boris Johnson and Ursula von der Leyen. Let me read it to you now. I suspect it'll sound quite similar to what Ursula von der Leyen just told us in front of the TV cameras. They say together, "We had a useful phone call this morning. We discussed the major unresolved topics. Our negotiating teams have been working day and night over recent days, and despite the exhaustion after almost a year of negotiations, despite the fact that deadlines have been missed over and over, we think it is responsible at this point to go the extra mile. We have accordingly mandated our negotiators to continue the talks and to see whether an agreement can, even at this late stage, be reached." So those words that have been agreed jointly, very much what you just heard come out of Ursula von der Leyen's mouth. I would expect Boris Johnson to take to the TV cameras very, very soon, almost certainly to use identical words to those as well. But the key thing is, first of all, the tone, which is a world away from the British-only statement that we had at 9 o'clock last night. To remind you just a little bit of what that language sounded like. Last night, we were saying, the number 10 sources were saying, as things stand, the offer on the table from the EU remains unacceptable. The agreement must be fair and respect the fundamental position of the UK that will be a sovereign nation in 3 weeks' time. None of that negative language evident in the joint statement just now, which talks about useful and constructive dialogue.